a la reunión, rogamos que sea algún espíritu oscuro entre nosotros, que se aleje. Sea el Santísimo, sea el Santísimo, Madre mía de la caridad, ayúdanos, ampáranos, en el nombre de Dios, ay Dios. Sea el Santísimo, sea el Santísimo, sea, Madre mía de la caridad. Ayúdanos, ampáranos, en el nombre de Dios, ay Dios. Que si la luz redentora te llama buen ser y te llama con amor a la tierra, ay Dios, yo quisiera ver a ese ser cantando la verdad al divino Manuel. Oye, buen ser, avanza y ven, el coro te llama y te dice ven. Oye, buen ser, avanza y ven, el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Que el coro te llama y te dice ven. Oh venir protector, oh venir, ser el guía de nuestra misión. Oh venir protector a la tierra, a ver qué linda coronación. Oh venir protector, oh venir, óyelo, ser el guía de nuestra misión. Oh venir protector a la tierra, a ver qué linda coronación. En coronación, bajan los seres. En coronación, bajan los seres. Ay, oh venir protector, oh venir, ser el guía de nuestra misión. Oh venir protector a la tierra, a ver qué linda coronación. Oh venir protector, oh venir, ser el guía de nuestra misión. Oh venir protector a la tierra, a ver qué linda coronación. En coronación, bajan los seres. En coronación, bajan los seres. En coronación, bajan los seres. En coronación, bajan los seres.
Well, good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, and good night if it's night. And a big hearty salam alaikum to each and every one of you that's going to be listening to us live, or those who are listening to us in archives. And with us today, we have a very good friend of mine, a person that's been around what seems like for fucking ever. Okay, but he finally decided to put a book out there about the 21 divisions. I mean, he is an Hougan, he is, I believe, a Sancista also, and he happens to be a priest in the 21 divisions. So today we're going to talk about the differences between all these spiritualities, how close are they to each other, and most of all, we're going to talk about this wonderful book that Hougan Hector has put together. And I believe it's already out because I've already seen it out some places. I saw that Hoodoo Zen Moise had a copy. I saw that Star Cassis had a copy. I don't know if it's out there yet, guys, but if it's not, it should be out there like any day now. So without any further ado, we give you Hougan Hector. How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are you? How's everyone going over there with all these things going on?
Brother, let me tell you something. I had stopped smoking cigars and I started smoking them again because, you know, it's the time of ritual. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's a time of ritual. Muertos se te pegan. You know what I mean? And I've just been waking up now with a morning cough and checking my damn temperature, make sure that I don't have that damn corona shit. And so
it's real.
no, because like a veces I play tricks on you,
Yeah.
So, Hougan, Hector, please do tell us who you are, how long you've been into these spiritualities, and how many of these spiritualities are you into. I know that you're into the 21 divisions. I know that you are Hougan, okay? As a matter of fact, I met your mama one time in New Orleans. But anyway, what we're talking about is who is Hougan Hector? Who are you?
All right. So I grew up in a family where it was basically a Puerto Rican family,
right,
mixed with Dominicans, where we had the practices of espiritismo all over the family, as well as Sanse and the 21 divisions. And that was kind of all a mixed base within my family. All of my family is really religious or spiritual in some way or fashion.
Right.
And that's what I grew up with. I grew up with Espiritismo and 21 divisions, which because they were so close in my world, that naturally brought Sanse into the mix right there too, because all of the family practiced mainly together.
Right.
So you know how Espiritista be. So everybody was, in the misa together and things of that nature. So that's what I grew up with, and that's what I practiced most of my life. And that's how I lived my life. And eventually, at some point, the Misterios guided me to go down into Haiti and explore that path more and delve into more that side of things, as well as some of the roots that lie in our traditions of 21 divisions and Sanse lie in Haiti. So that took me to that direction for some time. It fully gathering everything that I needed in order to spiritually evolve, progress, and do what I do. So that now has led us to where I'm at now, where I mainly practice 21 divisions, Sanse, and that's what I help people with as an espiritista. And basically going forward from that, I also do the Haitian end of things when that's what's needed. And yeah, that's pretty much, I've been online since 2000 doing this. That's why it seems like it's been forever.
Well, it does.
Yeah, it's 20 years.
It's 20 years, bro. 20 years, brother. And brother, let me ask you a question, man, because I get this question asked of me all the time. Okay, how does a person that practices so many spiritualities keep it separate? Because we know that each spirituality has his own rules and traits and things of that sort. And lately, especially on the internet, you hear people, let's just, just for the sake of bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's say Candelo, Tata, Orisha, Hougan, what, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
These titles and these things that you'd be like, those two things don't kind of go together. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, first off, it really comes to getting to know the foundations of things, right? So, cierta cosa no va junta, that means certain things just don't go together. It doesn't mix together. Like in what I'm doing, everything follows the path of misterios. Lo hace. Okay. Some people are getting involved in a lot of various things. And the thing about it is sometimes people cross a path that they're not meant to be initiated in or be involved in, but that's what brings you onto your spiritual path. And you can't really claim that title, because at the end of the day, what you really do is one thing or the other, or maybe one or two things. When you come at everything from an espiritismo base, you have to realize that not everybody has the same group of spirits, right? And so each person maybe they can deal with santos and santeria, but not with loa and loases.
Right.
Certain things it just don't mix. You don't mix oil and water no matter how much mixing it goes, right?
Right.
But primarily someone's going to be an expert or really do, one or two things.
Right.
One can only really get themselves so unraveled. But if one gets themselves unraveled to a certain point, you're going to have a master key that's going to give you the understanding of everything. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be doing everything, and you ain't going to be doing everything all together.
Right. So can you just for the sake of, because we are our audience who's listening to us right now, they come from a whole spectrum of different spiritualities, right?
Exactly.
And although we know that the 21 divisions, that Sanse and all that has roots in Haitian voodoo, okay, or have roots in Haitian voodoo, they are very distinct, okay? And
they're very different, yeah.
They're very different. So can you please give us a difference between the 21 divisions and, let's say, Haitian voodoo, as opposed to whatever is done in Dahomey, or in Benin, okay? Because, it has evolved and it has changed and it has this, and everyone has their own rules and things. So can we speak a little bit about the differences between them? And are there any differences in the type of loa?
Yeah, there's actually lots of differences. There's more differences than I would entirely say there's likenesses.
Right.
Okay. Something that a lot of people often think is the 21 divisions is like some form of Haitian voodoo or some Haitian voodoo in Spanish.
Right.
Y lo que sea. But it's really a lot more differences than there is likenesses. They have similar root. What we have to understand is that at one time there was no Haiti, Dominican Republic. Right. And there was a Cha-Cha lineage that dominated, Cha-Cha lineages dominated the entire island.
Right.
So 21 divisions has some Haitian roots in it, but it's not Haitian.
Right.
So it's not a total Haitian tradition. Many of them share the same roots, but how those roots evolved are very different. So in 21 divisions, a lot of our music is different. And from what I understand from drummers mainly is like we have a more Congo-based, Congo style of music that came about no matter what loa is being served. Number two is with 21 divisions, the best way I can say is like you're born a brujo and a ceremony unravels you as a brujo. Right? You can't receive a ceremony if you're not born already with that within you to basically attain that type of work, right? So initiations have very different concepts, right? Whereas in Haiti, there's also a more priestly aspect of the concept of initiation, right? In 21 divisions, it's basically what does the calling call you to be? And basically, there is the priestly aspect, but there's a very magical end of aspect to it. And there's a lot more Catholicism. Right? A lot of the religious aspects are drawn from Catholicism, whereas in Haiti, there's religious aspects in Vodou that's more so drawn from the African sources.
Right.
So Catholicism had a way stronger hold in Dominican Republic, and a lot of the slaves that first came to Dominican Republic actually were already in Spain for a long time prior to starting in the Dominican Republic. So the slaves that started in Dominican Republic originally first came from Spain, serving as slaves in Spain for generations, brought to Dominican Republic, and then because of the demand, more and more slaves came about.
Right.
So there's a lot of more differences between the two traditions. There's certain loases that come from DR,
right,
and certain loases that come from Haiti, and certain loases that kind of come from in between the border areas, and a lot of luases have gone back and forth.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In Dominican voodoo, a lot more is on the brujo, and the brujo working more as an individual, maybe with a small team of aplazas, which are assistants to him,
Mm-hmm.
than on serving the community as a big temple, as serving in the sense of a community church-based structure, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And let me ask you something. Okay. You know how we in Palo and in Ocha feel about people saying that they're working with these energies without being initiated. Okay. How important is initiation in the 21 divisions, the actual baptism?
It's first off is that in our tradition, if you don't mount the spirits, you can't be baptized.
You cannot be baptized.
Period. Point blank. Amen. Okay. So that's a big difference between, give you an example, between, let's say, a Haitian Vodou tradition and a Dominican tradition, where in our tradition, if you tú no monta, you don't have the misterios come through your body and work.
Si tú no eres caballo, you ain't with it.
You can't baptize.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you can't unravel spiritually. It just means that you can't be baptized and you can't work for other people spiritually. And in our tradition, you don't have to be baptized to work for other people spiritually, but you do have to be able to mount misterios. And in our tradition, it is important to get baptized in the sense of if that's what you need in order to unravel tus fuerzas. But even without baptism, there's always apprenticeship. So
that was my next that was my next question.
If you're some lines don't baptize, but you're required to be an apprentice. You can't just turn around and go around saying like, "Hey, I'm a Papa Boko, I'm a Mama Mambo, I do spiritual work, I do this, I do that."
Right.
Okay, without basically a sense of permiso, which would come through the teacher. So there's always either the initiatory lines or the lines that do, which do also train, or the lines that just do the apprenticeship model. But either way, it's not just like you dreamt of a loi, you turned on un velón, a candle, and then tomorrow something happened, and now you can do things for others and work and all these other things.
How long are usually these apprenticeships?
Apprenticeship?
Yes, an apprenticeship before, because of course I already know this. Okay, but we need to talk on it on a bigger level so that people understand, brother, that you just don't come into the spirituality and automatically start working. Okay, I mean, of course, these days people, they do whatever comes out their ass. Okay. But it was like that also in Palo for a long time. It was like that in Ocha. Now these days, you get your shit and automatically everybody thinks that, I got a caldero para pinga everybody. I'm gonna kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to that structured way of teaching people, as opposed to the apprenticeship, which is very important.
Well, I'll give you a quick little story, and I'm going to condense it really short. Basically, one time I had met someone, or a couple actually of people, that had gone through and had misas de investigación, coronaciones, palo, santo, 21 divisions, all done within a month.
Oh, nice. Within a month. Beautiful.
Within a month. Okay. These apprenticeships are for years and years and years. And if you really took the step with the right person, it should be for life.
Right.
Okay. It's called your godparent. Okay. They gave birth to that God that you're dealing with, that you're working with. All those misterios, all those orishas, et cetera, et cetera. It's meant to be for a long period of time. And even at a short length, you're thinking like a few years, 2 or 3 years, at least, because people don't understand even life and don't understand the shit they can see. So how you gonna understand something you don't see, you don't smell, you don't interact with on that level within the course of a year? You know what I mean? Or the course of a short little few months or whatever.
And it's funny to me because people actually believe that as soon as you get that baptism, as soon as you get these scratches, or as soon as you get whatever into whatever mystery it may be, that automatically your third eye opens up and you're fucking like the best fucking brujo in the world. Okay. I honestly believe that brujos are born and not made. And things have a way of working out. You know what I mean? Things have a way of working out. And I see it. Again, you've been doing this since what, 2000? It's 2020. I mean, you've been doing the online aspect of it.
Exactly, online.
The online.
Prior to that, I was working for people, as we used to do. Out your house, word of mouth, nobody know you, but in town, the few towns over, their family that calls their family, that's how you get yourself.
That's how everybody knew themselves.
Yeah.
And we have to, honestly, as spiritual people and as people that work this stuff, brother, we have to call into this stuff all effect, because I've seen it all the time. All of a sudden someone, and it's funny that you come out with this book right now, okay? Because these things come in waves, okay? A couple of years ago, as I was talking to somebody, maybe 10, 15 years ago, everybody was palo. Everybody wanted to be a palero. All right? Then Kimbanda. Then everybody was a Kimbandero. Calling on Eshu, Pomajira, and all the motherfuckers. And now everybody's like, 21 divisions. And I got to find out about the 21 divisions. And Candelo spoke to me, and the funny thing is that everyone knows a little small aspect of it. Okay. They know Candelo, they know El Barón, but they don't know that there's a plethora of other spirits that walk, or other misterios. Okay. You see it here in Atlanta. Everybody knows Oshun. Everybody knows Shango.
And Yemaya, of course.
And Yemaya. Oh, yes. Sorry, mama. And my mother, Yemaya. Can't
count her out.
Yeah. Pero who educates these people now? So now you've come out with this book.
Google.
Then did you see my post the other day? I said, don't let Google be your elder.
Oh, I didn't see that yet. But Google lo sabe todo,
Google sabe todo, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to take ourselves a little break. We're going to talk more about the book. And of course, whatever you want to talk about, brother, because I'm not the one that you starting off stuff. So we're going to take us a little break, bring these beautiful people in here. Guys, if you have any questions, please do type them in here. Our people on Facebook and our people on not Instagram, on Facebook Live. You are speaking to Hougan Hector, a new author of a book called The 21 Divisions. We will be right back. Now here comes the breakdown.
Ella le imploraba a Dios. Ella le imploraba a Dios solo me mátala. Pero nadie la escuchaba.
Ella decidió volar.
Pero nadie la escuchaba. Ella decidió volar. Vuela ya, ¿cómo va a volar? ¿Cómo va a volar? ¿Cómo va a volar? Que todo iba lejos, ¿cómo le vamos a hacer? ¿Cómo va a volar?
And that was Ilu Aye with his head singer Bembecito Acopang. I always fuck up his last name, but y'all know who it is, guys. All right. There was a question on here for you, brother. Let me see if I can come up with the question. This question is from. No, was this a person? No. Okay. I can't find the damn question, so we'll get back to it. If you put the question back in there, we'll go back to it. Okay. So, Hector, tell us about the book. What is the book? What made you write the book? Because honestly, you started writing yours after I started writing mine, and mine is still not even halfway done, brother. And when does the book come out?
Okay, so the book comes out on June 1st, and that's like in 2 weeks, thereabouts. And it's called The 21 Divisions. I got a copy here. Right. Mysteries and Magic of Dominican Voodoo. And a lot of people have been asking me to write a book for years upon years upon years. And I didn't really want to write a book simply for the fact that when people read a book, they think they know something. Right. And it's a very dangerous situation. But at the same time, a book can be very helpful to people who need that help. So I had already started writing the book with no publisher. And I had just told a friend of mine, like, I'm going to write the book and either someone will publish it or I'll publish it myself because that's how I do things. Right. And then, like, basically 3 days or 4 days later, the book was already partially written. But like 3 or 4 days after having said that, our friend, Hoodoo St. Moise, called me up, left me a message and said, Hector, I want you to write a book. And so I called him back. And he told me, like, hey, I'll hook you up with these people and write a book. And I was like, all right, there you go. Misterios Juanes. So here you go. You got your book.
Zen has been on my ass for the last 2 or 3 years about the same thing. And it's funny because I'm going through the whole thing. I got basically all the spells down already. All I have to do is put the fluff in between. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the fluff is what's killing me. The fluff is what's killing me. The actual stories about how I met this person or how I did that. And it always, comes out crazy. But I'm glad the world is happy that you started this new journey into being an author. Okay. Because our thing has been, social media, YouTube, this and that, but it's not the same thing as in holding that book.
Well, not only that, like, people respect this, right? Okay, you can be out here doing all of the right things, etc., but holding that book in their hands is different.
It
It's
is.
just different, right? For people. And it gives you something to have there. So we've done a lot. I know you've been around here for a long time, I remember. So it just is what it is. So I finally had to go ahead and come out there.
So explain to me the premise of the book without giving too much of it about. Does it have history of the thing? Does it speak about the misterios? Does it give work? You know, what's the premise of it?
Okay, it's gonna give you the history of 21 divisions. It's gonna give you what our rituals and ceremonies are like. It's gonna give you a lot of live accounts, you know, of me having witnessed these various rituals, occurrences. Gives a foundation of understanding about all the misterios and understanding what a brujo is to us. What's the process of initiation, what that means, what spiritual work is to us and what it means and that thing. But this is not a manual for you to go and do brujeria.
Right. Well, that's the difference between my book, because mine is a manual how to do brujeria.
Yeah, exactly. It really can give you that because it's talking about the 21 divisions, right?
Right.
Where you're gonna need to be able to really be connected with those misterios to do what we do, right? But if you're a brujo, baby, you might not know it. You might be somebody who's being called. You might not know it. You're gonna find out.
Right.
You're gonna know that that's what it is. It's gonna tell you about basically all of the background and how our ceremonies work in our temples and things of that nature.
Let me ask you a question, bro, because you know a little while ago we were talking about this, and I believe this is also important. Okay. In the 21 divisions, okay, do you pick your misterio?
No. No one picks them. I don't know.
I know the answer. Okay, I'm just for the sake of conversation. What do you think happens? Well, I've seen a lot of people's hearts broken because they swore that it was one thing, you know, and it turned out to be something totally different from everything else that they thought.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so how does the having your main misterio, okay, how does that come about? Okay, so that people won't say, you know, I dreamt him in a dream, me vino montado un caballo, holding a racimo de plátano, and all this kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How does this come along?
No, the main misterio would be basically it gets confirmed to you over and over and through a lot of misterios en cabeza, like mysteries in someone's head. It also gets told to like you. It's not you just dream this misterio and that you have that misterio, or that you lit a candle or you did something to some misterio and it worked for you. And that means that there's a connection there. Not necessarily so. There's a lot of things you can do in life without understanding and still get certain results and still things fall into alignment for you. So how a main misterio comes about, that really comes about through basically the process of apprenticeship, where someone's going to find that out by the person they're under, but there's going to be confirmations of it. They're going to know it, et cetera, et cetera. But you can't pick a misterio. That doesn't work like that. You can't just go around picking misterios. They pick you. If they pick you. If they pick you. Okay. Some people take that everyone has misterios, everyone has this, everyone has that. Everyone has a lot of things.
Right.
Okay. That don't mean you're supposed to deal with it, work with it, bregar, like interact with it. And you may have something, but you might not have something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like people think like there's a big belief like everyone has Oshun, everyone can access this spirit, or everyone can access that spirit, but that's not how these things work. These things work like a puzzle piece.
And no, and it's funny, brother, because you know, I have several spirits in my spiritual cord that I can work with them for me. That's it. I work for you, You work for me, blah, blah, blah. And you better not bring anybody else in front of me. You understand? So
Exactly.
I know that is also the case in the 21 divisions, porque tú tienes lo tuyo. He says, no, yo soy tu caballo, tú eres mi caballo, blah, 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 blah. Pero I don't work for nobody else but you.
Yep. And you have what's for other people.
And
you have people. And you have people, you can have misterios, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to work with misterios.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're supposed to work those misterios for other people. And it doesn't even mean in our tradition that you're supposed to work those misterios for yourself.
Right.
Okay. But that's some shit that people don't like, especially up here in America, where everybody can do everything. But it's not like that. Everybody can sing, but ain't everybody Beyonce.
Right.
Most of us sound like shit. Feel me?
She says, Reina de la Noche says, how do you confirm if that's in your path or not? Okay, Mama Reina, I don't understand when you say that, because that's a very broad spectrum. Okay. How do you confirm whether or not a spirituality is for you? Okay. Due diligence, first of all. Okay. Because we are now in the internet age and there's a lot of fuckery out there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first thing. You got to understand, Ma, that, you know, and I'm sorry that the numbers that's going to come out my mouth is high as fuck, but 9 out of 10 people, no matter what spirituality you go to, if it's an HER, will tell you that that's the one for you. Okay. One, they're fucking lying. Okay. Because that cannot all be for you. All right. There are ancestral traits, there are spiritual traits, and there are other things that are encompassed in this. Okay. Not every spirituality is for everyone. Okay. And as opposed to Haitian voodoo, brother, the 21 divisions can be made here, correct?
Yeah, you can initiate someone into the 21 divisions here because it's really about that misterio coming through the initiator.
Right.
Our thing is really about direct connection with the misterio. The person who works in the 21 divisions for others, okay, is really a direct vessel and a mouthpiece for the misterio. So where we connect with our African roots, right? In Africa, the Bokono in West Africa was said to be the mouthpiece. And when that Bokono would speak, whatever he spoke, that's what he's speaking. It's not him speaking, it's the spirit speaking. And possession was a major thing about that communication coming through. So in our tradition, that's the most important thing, is having that to go through during initiation.
And you know, just like in every other spiritualities, you will see people that are claiming 21 divisions that have never had anything.
No, not only that, like, you know, like we said, I've been in around here for 20 some years.
Right.
And out of being around here 20 some years, and what we said, like, I practice, you know, some Haitian voodoo, 21 divisions mainly, and Sanse. And basically, I don't even have 100 initiates.
Right.
I don't even have 75.
Right. That'll be me also.
Okay. But you'll meet other people and they'll be like, yeah, I have 200, I have 400, I have 300. And as we would say, to be rude, but not to be rude. But basically, you have like 5 people who know what the fuck they're doing, and then everybody else who don't know shit.
Right. I can't figure it. I wouldn't want 100 godchildren.
I mean, no, it's not. It's something serious.
I mean, with the handful I have now, I lose sleep and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's something serious. It's not something that's like a factory collecting people.
And what people and what people don't understand about these traditions, and not just not just the 21 divisions, but all across the spectrum, okay, that these initiations cost. They cost sacrifice, they cost time, they cost money, they cost all these things. And people don't understand this, you know? Oh, but why does it cost so much? Why? Because I got to bring 4 or 5 other people inside this motherfucker to do this. Why? Because I got to get X amount of herbs. I got to get X amount of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then, the misterios are a little, cranky, okay? Especially in voodoo. I mean, the Lua.
Mm-hmm.
And then Palo. Yeah, traemos una vaca. You'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? A whole fucking cow, dude. You know what I mean? And people, think about it. What the fuck is a cow going to cost you? You know what I mean? So people don't understand about this aspect of things costing. So please do tell us, what is the range here in the United States, okay? Because we're not living in Dominican Republic. We're not living in Haiti. And we all know that for you to get your license as a Hougan, you have to go to Haiti. Although I've met a couple of American parkours, I don't know how, but I'm not the one to judge.
There's magic here.
There's magic here. So let's talk a little bit about the cost of these things, and why do you think that these things, run up the price that they do?
Okay, I'll put it real simple. Okay, don't nobody mind paying a lawyer when they need to go to court.
Right.
Don't nobody mind paying a doctor when they have to have surgery on their cancer.
Right.
What's provided for a person spiritually is more than what any other person can ever provide to you on some real shit. If it's done properly, okay, your whole life is going to change. Your whole life is going to shift, and it's going to shift for the better. You're going to change. And people have a problem when it comes to paying money, okay? But in reality, what that says is that money is your God.
Right.
Okay? Because that's what you value.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But you got to sacrifice what you value in order to receive. And a lot of people hold tight onto their money, but that's not something that's going to get you anywhere. Money is meant to be used for value, for what you're going to get out of something. And so I don't really think, as far as the prices in these things, I know brujos that charge 15 G's to do a trabajo, to do a work for someone.
Right.
I know brujos that charge 3. I know brujos that charge a few hundred.
Right.
Okay. There's such a huge range, because when you paying for quality, you want a doctor who really know his shit.
Right.
You're going to pay for quality. It's not about the work only. It's about who's doing it and the quality of that work. And I know initiations that are real initiations that people are doing up, let's say in New York, that's going to run somebody 15 G's.
Right.
And I know other places that are also the real initiations, and they're running 3 or 4 G's.
Right.
Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that one is better than the other, but it also doesn't mean that the person for 15 G's ain't giving you 15 G's work. Because sometimes you got a better quality worker, you got some shit that's going on through there for you that ain't going to come over there at 3 or 4 G's, darling. So you got to take that into account. You're not going to pay $10, okay, to the lawyer who got Noriega out.
Right.
All right. You want dude to come work for you. Okay. Right. I know for facts it's going to cost you over 50 G's.
Right.
Okay. So that's for him to review your shit.
Right. You're right, though, because quality is something that's important.
In ancient times, ancient cultures, the shaman or the spiritual worker was usually the best paid and best taken care of person.
Right.
Out of anyone, because he supported the community and worked for the community. That's not what it is anymore.
Right.
Now people, I always tell people, I'll work for you for free. 100% free. You want me to work for you for free? You come do my job 90 days for free. You do my job 90 days for free, I work for you for free.
Right.
Okay? Nobody works without getting paid.
Right.
So I don't judge spiritual workers as far as what they charge. Money is what it costs something to be a boss.
And
okay.
You also got to see, brother, like, you know, like even in Ocha or in Palo, okay? When you wind up doing everything that you have to do for this initiation, okay, unless you're charging an extraordinary amount of money, the only thing you wind up with for these 7 days of work in Ocha is $600-700. You know, it's peanuts compared to what it is.
Not only that, but you're taking that person on spiritually, and if you're a serious godparent, okay, over time, what did that money make you?
Shit, headaches.
Okay, because you're dealing with your godchild on other situations. That money ain't there for years and years and years. ¿Qué se cree? No.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. All right, so when we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the book, okay? Because awesome. we need to push this book, brother. We need to push this book. Hector, Hougan Hector, will be right back with me, Candelo Kimbisa. You know how it is, baby. Let's play a little something for Haiti.
Haïti chérie, vivons pays passé au nord. Comment t'es quitté, comment t'es capable de comprendre valeur, comment t'es resté, comment t'es capable.
Where my woman at?
Comme ça t'y vraiment. Tout ça vous payez pour moi. Il y a bon soleil, bon rivière et bon breuvage. En bas des bois, non toujours.
Yes, happy Haitian Flag Day.
Il y a bon divan. Cavallo, votre fraîcheur, à mon pays, oh mon Dieu, c'est Haïti. Blanc, Papa, ouais, ma côte, côté d'eau. La pointe sabotie, de verre caillé, de verre pour violette. Ma pointe nana, liberté from Cajou. Gouvernement, on ne fait pas si d'abord. Joan Zoan, qui sortit en Italie, et qui venait, qui toujours à moitié pourri. En Haïti, ça qui compte pour Pinouet, et sur ce rapport, non, by l'autre pays païen.
blanc, poète tigre, un seul couleur, n'a point de l'adresse, belle marabout, belle griffon créole, qui remet belle robe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was ID Sherry. Guys, with us, we have Hougan Hector. We're speaking about his new book, The 21 Divisions. So, brother, tell me in your words, what do you expect to give the public with this book?
So it's going to come out on June 1st.
Okay.
And I expect that with this book, if you're meant to be involved in the 21 divisions and you don't know it, or you actually have a calling, and maybe the reason why you don't actually fit anywhere is because this is what you're called to in some way, or you have some of these spirits with you and you do know it, but maybe you're not called to, you don't know where you fit in this tradition. You're going to be able to figure that out via the book. Not only will you be able to figure that out, you're also going to have a foundation of a real understanding of what is 21 divisions. Because a lot of people, when they think of 21 divisions, they can, like we said earlier in the conversation, they only know so little bit about it, or they think of it only in comparison to something else. Right. Because they don't know enough about it to speak of anything without saying like, oh, it's like this, or it's like that, or et cetera, et cetera.
I got a question from Wen Carmen. She says, Papa Hector, what would you tell someone who is under the misunderstanding that the 21 divisions and Sansa being made up? Some people are stuck on Ifa and Palo instead.
Okay, so simply because you didn't know something doesn't mean that it was made up, because like a lot of people didn't know that like why lightning was the way it was, didn't mean it was made up. So the thing about it is that a lot of Cuban practices got introduced to the United States earlier and were more accepting and open to growing and accepting other people from other backgrounds before the 21 divisions. This, in fact, is actually the only real book that's been written on the 21 divisions, which is why it's had academic reviews already, because there's nothing on the 21 divisions.
That you would say this, but I remember, okay, back in the early 70s, late 60s, okay, in New York City, all right, they were working 21 divisions.
Oh, yeah. 21 divisions has been around. But the thing is, if you weren't Dominican, if you weren't within the community, and even there was the Dominicans who didn't even know about 21 division because it is underground. And our country, Dominican Republic, was more Catholic, had a stronger Catholic hold. So that lasted for a long time. In fact, up until the 60s, you could still go to jail for practicing witchcraft in the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Okay. So 21 divisions has been around for a very long time, and you may not know about it because what's been written about, where is their books and books and books, where is their academic research and all of these other things is into Cuban traditions, even African traditions, Haitian tradition. There's many books and academics who went to go research and study these things.
Wow. So we're going to keep winding up, closing this down, brother. Please tell people where they can contact you, because you also do readings, okay? You do investigations, you do all that stuff, and people need to know where to find you at. Where can people find you?
The easiest place to find me is at Hector Salva, HectorSalva.com. There you'll be able to, get all my services. I offer spiritual services, classes. You'll be able to get a hold of the book from there. There's blog, YouTube, all these social media things that we do nowadays. That's there. So, yeah.
Well, we are definitely looking forward to this book. I want one, but I'm gonna have to order it directly from you because I believe in getting my copies signed by the people that I get them from. Okay, this book is published by Wiser, right?
Exactly.
It is published by Wiser. It will be in all bookstores and everywhere because every time that I've seen Hougan Moises, Stars Books, Judica Ellis, and all these people that have gone through Wiser, I've seen that their books are absolutely everywhere. Okay, have you started the radio circuit yet?
We should be starting that probably in the next month or so.
In the next month or so, okay, because I know that, they have a good linking with putting you on the radio for national radio and things of that sort. So we look forward to hearing you on the radio, and we look forward to seeing, reading, and learning from this wonderful piece of art that you have done, brother. And we look forward, and I want to thank you for coming on the corner. I mean, not the corner. I'm sorry, I don't do Candelo's Corner anymore. For coming on this 12 o'clock somewhere and sharing your knowledge with us, brother. We really appreciate this. My folks appreciate it. Your folks appreciate it. Guys, this video is up on YouTube Live right now, but it will be shared on YouTube maybe in about 2 days because it takes 2 days for them to upload the video for some reason. But you can also catch it here on Facebook. Please do follow Hougan Hector on his pages. He has a lot to do. He has a lot to show, guys. If you want the books for your stores, okay? Because I just saw that the Motown Witch said she just pre-ordered hers, and she has a wonderful store in Detroit where she actually sells a lot of these books, and they cannot keep them, okay? So, guys, again, brother, thank you.
I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who came on, who supports the work. I want to thank you for having me. I want to thank the people at Red Wheel Wiser, and all of y'all.
Guys, remember, man, it is imperative. It is important. I know I got a couple of people here that are watching here that couldn't give a fuck about me or Hector. They're just waiting for us to fuck up. But those of you who have learned something from this little show today, okay, I ask you to like and share, okay, because this message, this wonderful book, needs to be put in the right people's hands, okay? So, guys, Hector, goodbye, my brother.
All right, goodbye. Thank you for having me.
As always, may all the echoes and shadows that accompany you have all the necessary light. Where me and Hougan Hector sits, that's it. Salam alaikum, everyone, and have a wonderful day. Oh, and Wednesday, remember, we are having a first, okay? I got 3 spiritual sisters that are going to talk about Black women and BDSM, okay? We're going to bring it out there. We're going to talk about it, all right? We're going to talk about it on the spiritual aspect, on the health aspect, on the releasing aspect, but most of all, we're going to talk about it from these sisters' point of view, all right? Y'all cannot miss that show, baby, because it's going to be live. Hey, you don't never know. We might tie one of you up. Talk to y'all later. Salam alaikum, everyone. Oh, wrong one. Okay, where's the music? Bye, y'all. Y'all just stay for the music.
Libioso me levo timbolote, me levo timbo huella. Libioso me levo timbolote, me levo timbo huella. Me levo timbolote, me levo timbo, nervioso me levo timbolote, me levo timbo huella.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Let me go tend to my clients.